to weaken America, so that the Zionists will be able to use America to fight its battles, because it's too weak to solve its problem. Okay, right now, why the election is over and Don's still talking outside his mouth? Well, he didn't repent it here the last 2 days, but it's too late. The Democrats ain't gonna let him repent. You know, well, I don't want any of my people doing anything wrong. That's not what he said last week. I was downtown and I saw, hey, you think I'm lying? The people going to the demonstration was packing. Okay, you can't go by what some of the people do out in front as being the main body of people might be there to support Donald Trump. But there's a military contingent in that group that they're there to cause a certain type of problem, right? Now, I'll get to that later, but see, they got to get rid of Don. Now, this ain't new. We didn't say they're going to bump Don. Did we actually say that? Yeah. They got to get rid of him.
Trump and dump.
Dump Trump. That's what we call it. They're going to dump Trump. How is it that it's up into the last week he going to be that they dumping him? How is it? Wouldn't it just go up to the election and say, okay, he's elected? Why would he keep on? Because now he's not needed. He's not needed now. Just like the Negroes cause us when they're not needed. I'm telling you from experience, they dump your behind. So they dumping Trump right now in front of your face. There's nothing he can do about it. Why could he call any country in the world, all Africa, they're shithole countries, they're this, they're that, right? Didn't they say all? He did everything he wanted up until now. It's time for him to go. And they, the ones, look, Donald Trump, they didn't have anybody that was arrogant enough but stupid enough to do what they wanted him to do. Nobody would do that. Right? Nobody would do that, but Donald Trump was. So don't get confused about some Zionist group supporting one of these politicians. Don't get confused. Like I say, you need people from here. And I'll tell you, nobody had discussed this. You could see it on some of our videos from recently. We said all of this recently, that Donald Trump is the handmaiden of the Zionist state. And Saudi Arabia is there supporting everything. It's just pitiful what they're doing with the Muslims. Okay. When we were at a few of these demonstrations, one of them downtown, we said, this is a Hollywood production here. It's Hollywood. And you would laugh because one guy had threw a bottle into the police crowd, then they done drug him out. Then there was another guy, we knew he was the police. Big white guy. So now they're trying to get some more trouble to go on, but they done all moved all the police over 2 feet away from us. Right? For what? 2 feet. We're right there. But now we're talking, we're saying this is a Hollywood production and the police is listening too. They say, now watch this guy, he's fit to do that. And he does that. Pretty soon they stopped. You know why? We had told them this whole farce, Black Lives Matter, hundreds of thousands of people out on the street, is all Hollywood production. When they want to have something in America, they want 2 million people down on the mall, they'll have it. You can tell it's a production, Hollywood. All those buses, we looked at the people that was here the other day, They was walking from a long distance. We said, hey, the buses got to be parked way down there. They was bussed in, big new shiny buses. You can tell, we can tell now. The other people can't tell. When they had a women's march here, they get 1 or 2 million people. It's all government sanctions. The people that do it is government people. Oh, they got a head rag on their head, but they still, they got a Muslim name. Donald Trump. Netanyahu, everybody been talking back and forth for 50 years. Oh, can Jerusalem, East Jerusalem be the capital? Donald Trump just come in and said, we're moving the American thing right there. This ain't said nothing to nobody. Said, there it is. And there it was, right? No discussion. You just took everything in the hands of Palestinians and tore it up. And then you put sanctions on Palestinians. Sanctions, they got sanctions on them. And they ain't did nothing, they just there. Their water's polluted. The pollution from the Zionists who are up here pump their sewage water down to the Palestinians. So disease, yeah, I'm just saying. Donald Trump, there's good people on both sides, them and us. Stand down and stand back, something like that. That boy is not a military commander. He don't know his butt from a hole in the ground. No, he don't. He does not know how to manage. That's why he go broke. Trump name, Trump, all the big Trump towers, he don't own none of them. They use his name because people think luxury and wealth is associated with Donald Trump. Poverty, backwardness, stupidity, and disease. The big hotels, the big gambling casinos in Atlantic City, they got cobwebs, all of them broke. The Trump Towers and all of that, he took all his daddy's money and just blew it. He needed a TV program. You're fired. He needed everything. This job, they said Donald Trump owed $300-400 million or something. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. How does he get away with taxes? He paid $750. He paid, boy, we'd like to get his tax bill from right here. I'm telling you. It's Hollywood. The Zionists have a part. Mossad has a part. The Americans have a part. All of the people, the Netanyahus and all the functionaries have a part that they're playing. Okay. Donald Trump don't know that. Well, he knows now, because when they dump you, you out there by yourself, you say, how'd I get here? Now, as Negroes, American Negroes, blacks, whatever you want to call us, we know the game. We know that game. They're going to polish, they take one of us, polish him up, and they know who they polishing up. He's a big preacher. He got girlfriends hid in this closet, girlfriends hid in that closet. He steal money. That's who they're going to polish up. They're going to polish. This is the best Negro we ever seen right here. And he's going to steal money. And every time they want a civil rights problem solved, they call Messi. It kind of rhymes with Jesse. So call him, and here he comes. Yeah. We got to take dope out of your veins and put hope in your brains. All them, he's just rhyming and stealing. Right? We're used to that. Our friends in Iran, they sent somebody over here especially so we would change our analysis of Black Lives Matter. Because they were saying, look at those wonderful people. They was thinking like the Million Man March, you know. Our great leader was misrepresented. He said, I smell the smell of Islam down there. I said, that ain't what's happening. So that means the people that was advising him wrong. We don't advise wrong. I mean, we try not to. So here's what happened. Remember we talked about archivists? We talking about chroniclers, historicizing, right? Getting all this stuff down pat. Archivists, this is going to be, we have technically archives now. When all of this stuff come out, everybody will be able to look and put it in its proper order. But I don't want to be here too long, so I will say Donald Trump is a stooge of Israelis, Mossad. Donald Trump is a friend of Saudi Arabia, right? Donald Trump is an enemy of the American people. Donald Trump destroyed both of the political systems. He destroyed the Republicans, right? He talked about them and got everybody else scared. But you notice now, 10 people, they voted along with the demos. But the people of America, the political leaders, they can't come together on nothing. They can't make a good decision. Because each one of them will cancel each other out. Oh, I ain't gonna do it, because you'll get the credit. Technically, they can't do anything, especially that deals with long-range projects. If you want to fix the highways, you used to have a wonderful highway system. If you want to fix the highways and the bridges, you can't do it. Why? Because if you got to get elected again next year or in 2 years, you're going to spend money that's going to help the guy get elected in 12 or 15 years, because that's how long it takes these projects, right? So you can't do nothing. Everything you got to do is got to be, I'm going to get you some money right now, today. All of those are short-range plans, right? Everything Don did, it was all short-range. It just slashed it up, took the embassy and put it here, tore up the treaty, trying to get rid of Venezuela. But look what's going on. I want to say this so you remember. Yemen is still there with all the fitna, fighting, right? Hezbollah is still there. Iran is still there. Iraq is still there. They all having fitna, remember, because if they can destroy our countries, then it takes us, we can't catch up with them. Because every time we get halfway started, they come and blow it up for some dumb reason. That's what they do. That's what they do to us in Africa, Asia, not much Asia, but in the Middle East, everywhere else where we are. Okay. Syria is still there. They had it on their plan. After what they did in Libya, they came in and they destroyed Libya. Why? Because even if you guys in South Africa needed some money, you could go get it from Libya, Gaddafi, right? They joked, they called him the King of Africa. I know this is on Donald Trump, but the whole story is, hold on, because all of our people are holding on, every last one of them. There's had a program last night on Venezuela. Venezuela is holding on, and they're not Muslims. They're holding on. But you look at who's hooked up. It's not only Iran, Iraq, Venezuela, even the godless commies in Russia right now. Just temporarily, we know how they are. Don't worry about it. The global transition is headed our way. That's the way we feel about it. So just hold on, practice your Islam as heavily and as big as you can, and as extensive as you can. And Allah got it all covered. I hope I answered that somewhere. Did I answer kind of correctly on what I have been saying about they're gonna dump Trump and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I hope they understand it. If not, we'll talk about it the next time.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah to Imam Musa for an insightful and thorough program, not only reminding us but also establishing duty to establish a Quranic injunction of unity, but to remember Allah and to be with Allah. One of my most favorite parts of the program was when Imam Abdul Alim says that the Zionists have their project and our project will continue without being intimidated and without being fearful. So from us in South Africa, on behalf of our brothers and sisters of the Islamic movement, we would like to extend our gratitude and say Jazakallah to Imam Abdul Alim Musa for taking up his time, heading over to your center, and once again asked us to be with us, alhamdulillah. And of course, we have benefited immensely from the wisdom and from the discourse today. But not only do we benefit from the discourse, we benefit from the courage that Imam Abdul Alim displayed, continuing to promote the message of unity and the message of resistance, although he lived in one of the most violent and hostile environments, and that of course is the United States of America. So we say shukran and jazakallah to Imam Abdul Alim, and inshallah we pray for your success, for your protection. For those that are aware, there has been an assassination attempt on the life of Imam Abdul Alim Musa, and of course inshallah we pray for the success, for the safety of Imam Abdul Alim Musa, for the safety of all of those that are the supporters of the As-Sabiqun, the landward liberation within inside the US, and of course we pray that we will be able to benefit from you more in the future, inshallah. As a reminder to everybody that tomorrow we will have Jumu'ah led to us by Dr. Mahmoud. Now we will continue with the discourse of God's week, so everybody is asked to come forward and attend, and of course on Saturday evening we will be commemorating, of course we ourselves will be the main speaker for that night. So again, with a shukran to Imam Abdul Alim and to all of the participants for coming out and participating in this revolutionary program. Alhamdulillah, we end up with Al-Fatiha for the Al-Marhumin, and of course the strengthening of the Mujahideen across the world, and all those people on the path of truth, the path of justice, and the path of opposing all oppression, injustice, and tyranny. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل وإليك الحجة من الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آله هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا ونصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى إنه وتمتعا وتمتعه بها طويلا. صل على محمد وآله الطاهرين. Before we go, everybody is encouraged to go and like and follow the page of Imam Abdul Alim Musa on Facebook. That will be Imam Abdul Alim Musa, as well as the As-Sabiqun Foundation South Africa page, which will be As-Sabiqun Foundation South Africa. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
What was he saying? I could hear. Only thing I could really understand is when